You ever finish a game and feel empty? Not because the story was bad, but because it meant something. Because you weren't just playing, you were connected. Because the characters didn't feel like NPCs, they felt like family. That's what this video is about. This is for the people who cried when a favorite character died, who smiled at dialogue like it came from a real friend, who carried fictional people in their real-life heart. Let's talk about that bond. Before we jump into today's video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment down below. Your support helps me massively, and together, we're building something that can truly change lives. Let's grow this movement. One like, one comment, and one soul at a time. Now let's get into it. You load up a game, you meet a character, they say one line, you move on. But something lingers. A voice, a look, a moment, and suddenly, they feel familiar. Next thing you know, you're 10 hours in. And they're not just part of the story, they're part of you. Let's break it down. In real life, relationships take time. Moments, trust, consistency. Games give us that too. You go through things with these characters. You fight battles. You overcome fears. You watch them grow, and you grow with them. That's why they feel like family, because they were there when you were low, lost, or needing light. Sometimes a character says something and you just freeze, because it's your pain, your doubt, your silence, reflected back at you through a controller. That's when the connection forms. Not just through plot, but through empathy. They get you, even when no one else around you does. There's something sacred about consistency. When the world gets unpredictable, these characters stay. They don't ghost you. They don't switch up. They're there, with you through it all. And in a world where real loyalty feels rare, sometimes a fictional friend becomes your safest space. You remember the moment you lost them, or when they sacrificed something, or when they forgave you in the story, when you didn't even forgive yourself in real life. Those moments don't leave. They stay with you. Not because it's just a game, but because it wasn't just a game. It was healing, it was connection, it was family. Let's redefine it. Family isn't just blood, it's bond, it's presence, it's someone who sees you, knows you, fights for you. And sometimes, that comes through a screen. That's not weird, that's human. We're wired for connection, no matter where it shows up. Think about it. There are characters who made you want to be better. More loyal, more honest, more brave, more loving. They weren't just characters. They were mentors. They were mirrors. And because of them, you healed parts of you you didn't know were bleeding. When a beloved character dies, it hits different. Because you didn't just lose a story arc. You lost someone who held space in your heart. You grieve. And maybe you feel silly for grieving. But don't. That loss is real. Because the impact was real. Because you loved them, trusted them, leaned on them, and now they're gone. That's grief. That's human. That's valid. Maybe they taught you courage, or how to lead, or that love doesn't mean perfection. It means sacrifice. Maybe they reminded you to protect the innocent, to fight for justice, to choose hope when everything's on fire. Whatever it was, you remember it. You carry it. You became it. Because they were family. And family teaches you how to live. Here's the truth. You don't have to let go to move forward. Let them stay. Let them live in your decisions. Let their courage fuel yours. Let their kindness guide your own. And when life gets hard, go back. Revisit. Let that character remind you who you were and who you still are. Because family doesn't always live next door. Sometimes they live on your favorite console, and they'll always pick up right where you left off. Real connection doesn't care if it came through pixels. When a character makes you feel loved, seen, or understood, they're not just fiction. They're family. Cherish those stories. Honor those lessons. And keep playing with heart. Let me just say this. We live in a world that's quick to shame escapism. But what they don't tell you is that some escapes lead you right back to yourself. Some escapes show you what you've been ignoring. Some escapes are healing, not hiding. And games? Games have been that for a lot of us. They're tools, they're mirrors, they're maps. Maps that help us process life, one level at a time. Life can feel fast, loud, uncontrollable. You ever had one of those days where everything feels like it's spinning, and you pick up the controller, and for a moment everything goes still? That's not laziness, that's rescue. Games give structure to chaos. You know the goal, you know the controls, you know the path, and even if you mess up, there's a checkpoint. There's another shot. In a world that gives no breaks, games give you rhythm. Sometimes we need a world that pauses with us, so we can finally breathe. Life can numb you. People expect you to stay strong, to smile through heartbreak, to push through when your body is begging you to stop. But then you turn on a game, and you feel something you've been avoiding. You feel grief watching a character die. You feel hope when a hero finally wins. You feel rage at betrayal. You feel love in a cutscene that hits too close to home. Games unlock emotions we lock away. You ever cry over a game and couldn't explain why? It wasn't just the story. Games speak to our silence. In games, you're in control. You make the choices. You steer the character. You fight the battle. And yet, you don't control everything. Some cutscenes are scripted. Some losses are written in. Some victories require letting go. Just like life. Sometimes we're the player. Sometimes we're just watching things unfold and learning when to fight and when to accept. That's spiritual maturity. Games teach that. You lose some fights not because you're weak, but because the story needed that loss to grow you. That's life too. You ever take on a boss fight 15 times in a row? You ever navigate a dark cave knowing something's gonna jump at you, but you push through anyway? That's not just gaming. That's bravery in action. Games train you to face fear. They teach you to fail, adjust, and come back wiser. They let you practice courage in a space where the risks are digital, but the growth is real. So when life throws you a storm, you've already rehearsed. You've already been through nights where everything looked impossible. You've already figured out what it means to keep trying. That's power. There's a sacred kind of silence in gaming. A stillness. When it's just you, your choices, and your reflections staring back through the screen. Some people paint. Some people write. Some people pray. And some of us pick up a controller. Because in that digital space, we process pain. We rebuild courage. We let go of stress. We cry. We heal. Not every game will do it. But when the right one meets the right moment in your life, that's divine alignment. This is seeing unlimited greatness. And this is your reminder. You're not broken for needing to escape sometimes. Sometimes escape is how you make it home. So play with presence, game with gratitude, and remember, every button you press in that world might be you taking back your strength in this one. See you next time. If you'd like to support the channel and help us keep pushing forward, there are links in the description where you can donate. Every contribution helps us reach more people, do more good, and keep this mission alive. There's also a store down below where you can grab something for yourself, or even better, a gift for someone you care about. It's a simple way to spread love and let someone know they matter. We're all just trying to grow, to become better, to rise above the noise and step into who we're really meant to be. And I truly believe change is possible, the kind of change that creates a ripple effect and helps others see the beauty still left in this world. This channel is about real growth, real transformation, and I'm here to give you a front row seat to what that looks like. Raw, honest, and grounded in purpose. God is within all of us, and my goal is simple: to reflect that light as clearly and powerfully as I can for you and for the world around us.